Hello, welcome back to the Grange on Main. I'm Nelson. Wife's MIA today, but I thought I'd bring you guys along for the beginning of this huge ordeal that we're having to go through to make this place our home. No, I shouldn't say that. It's just a lot of hoops you got to jump through with counties and cities and permits and everything else. So the first thing is, after we met with the builder the other day, we gotta find the septic tank. It's been, active working, no problem, but of course they've got to look at it. So I don't have any of the right tools, so don't make fun. I worked with them every day for years, have since I was 12, 13 years old, but I don't keep any of my own. So we're digging with a square point shovel, and I think I have a tire tool for a pro rod. I've already found it. I did borrow a locator from a buddy of mine. Was able to tie on the cast line in the house and pinpoint me out to where I think it goes into the tank, because I lost signal. So I'll explain a little bit of that, but bring you along forward. It's the beginning of the journey. Well, I know some of you might have not thought you were gonna see a bunch of tree cutting and hole digging on this channel, but it's all part of it. So there's our cast line. You can't see it, I'll show you in a second. Get my little hand spade out here. So, and I've got something right here. I don't know if that's the edge of the tank or a rock. So I think I'm gonna have to dig back. I got a rock right here, but I think I'm gonna have to dig back a little further, or around that pipe there rather, and see if that is where the connection is. Grandson's gonna kick my tail. I'm having to use his little spade here that he plays in the dirt up here with, dig out. Isn't that awful? Buddy's got a backhoe and I'm out here digging with a shovel. Probably not seeing anything with the back of my head, so let me dig a little bit more and I'll bring you guys back. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but here's the side of the tank. Looks like it's, I don't know, at a weird angle with the house, but anyway, there's the inlet pipe. I've got a bale right there with cast. So of course that's where I lost signal to locator, because the footage started going way off. So I knew that I was probably right at the tank. So I'm gonna have to dig a little bit more and see what I can get uncovered, to see if we can find a lid maybe. Not too bad. I'm gonna be out of breath digging with a square point shovel. I ought to have my head examined. Lowe's is just right across the way, but we're making do. It's not too hard. But right there is what we're after. That's the lid to the septic tank. So I've got the back corner right here. I've got to go over a little bit, not too much, and that's probably going to be in the center. So I think I'm gonna have to go that way quite a bit. So I think you've seen enough so far of me digging very, very fast. It's going very, very slow. So let me get it completely uncovered, and we'll bring you back and see what the next step is. Well, we got one side of it uncovered. I think it's long ways like this, because there's the inlet and the first trap door, and the second one should be down here, because I've probed back in the bank and still hitting it. So I'm gonna see if we can get this top off right here. That's all they need to see, and go from there. But not too bad. I'm out of shape, but we made it happen. Worried about breaking it, so See if I can pry up on a little bit before we go hitting it with a hammer. Probably not, but sounds good anyway. Oh yeah, look at there. I ain't no telling what that looks like inside. I don't know that it's ever been pumped. Ah, we might as well just leave you on. See if I can pick it up. Oh, that's nice. Full of daggum wipes. Alright, well, that's what they're gonna need to see. I'm gonna have to get it pumped out, I reckon. Well, that turned out to be very unexpected as far as the size of the tank. It's rather large for this 1 bedroom, 1 bath house. I don't know, I haven't pulled any records to see, but it's about 4.5 wide, 6 deep, and about 7.5 long. So we were on the one end here. We've got another whatever you want to call it, trapdoor there. So everything looks good. We'll get it pumped out like I said, but county city's got to look at it. So we're going to be quite a ways away from the house. The stake here is the back of the house. It's wider than it is deep, so we're only going to come back to, well, you can see, maybe you can, the stake to the back of the house. They're probably going to cut off about 10 or 15 feet, so that'll be perfect, because that'll still leave me plenty of room to put my deck and not be over top of the septic tank. So I'll put a riser on at least one end of it, so we'll have access to it later on. But all right, I'm gonna get my tools up, and I might just call this a little short video on day 1 of the process. We're not gonna make these too long. I don't want to bore you guys too much with it, so I will just wrap it up with day 1, phase 1 of the construction process. I was told they needed to see the septic tank. I understand it needs to be pumped anyway, so I went ahead and dug it out. I'm very surprised with the size that it is, which is a good thing in the long run. So we'll get some permits pulled now and get them out here to inspect it and check that off the list. So definitely stay tuned for a lot more of these type videos, because we've got a lot to do here in the farmyard. I've got to dig up the water line. I put it in a long time ago. I've got to figure out exactly where it is and dig it up and move it back and get it out of the way. Got to take this fence down that you're attached to that I'm leaning on. We got trees to plant, new fence to put up, gates to put up, a couple of the trees to come out, you name it. So it's all in the process of making this our home. So hopefully you enjoy it. If you got any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to drop it down in the comments, and you know, we'll get a little more footage as time goes along. It's a whole lot different filming this than it is my stuff that I do for my farming channel, so just bear with me a little bit. But hopefully it wasn't too bad today, and we'll see what happens on the next one. Until then, thank you.